here to promote your movie, or like everyone else on a plane out of America at the moment, are you just trying to escape Donald Trump?
I'm here to promote Kung Fu Panda. I'm not scared of Trump.
President, though, Jack.
Yeah. Well, you know, you'd be scared if there was a child at the controls of a huge jumbo jet.
Did you ever expect Jack Black, the guy who played a fake music teacher in School of Rock, to become Trump's worst nightmare? Well, folks, that's exactly what happened when Black unleashed an absolutely savage takedown of Donald Trump on live television that left the audience gasping.
I feel like Donald Trump saw a Tenacious D concert. Because it's like, that's our whole thing.
Never saw him, never heard of him, and don't want to hear of him. But I have no idea. They put a comedian in, which everybody does. You throw comedians in.
Balls to the wall, I'm the best, and everything I do is amazing. Shtick may have influenced our current president. Is that possible?
In a moment nobody saw coming, the comedian channeled his inner political commentator and ripped into Trump's ego, comparing his rallies to cheap Vegas shows and mocking his self-aggrandizement. This wasn't just some casual jab. Black went all in, mimicking Trump's mannerisms in a performance that's got MAGA world fuming and the rest of us rewatching on repeat. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
I'm gonna use that technique. I'm the greatest president. I got all the greatest people, all the best, this. Like, I was sick of seeing Republicans seize the rock and roll mantle. Like, all of a sudden, it's part of their branding. So much, except for Donald Trump's a piece of shit. Peace out, love you!
Remember when Jack Black was just the funny guy teaching kids about power chords and sticking it to the man? Well, he just gave Trump the musical equivalent of a face-melting guitar solo, except with words that left the president scrambling for his Truth Social account. The transformation was something to behold. One minute, Black's the lovable goofball from School of Rock and Kung Fu Panda. The next, he's systematically dismantling Trump's ego with the precision of a master satirist. Nobody saw this coming. That's what made it so powerful. It wasn't some liberal late-night host who regularly roasts Trump. It was Jack freaking Black. During his performance, Black went full method actor on Trump's signature self-obsession. "I am the most handsome president ever," he proclaimed in pure Trump fashion, before pausing dramatically, placing his hand on his chest, and delivering the killer punchline in a whisper.
President, though, Jack.
Yeah. Well, you know, you'd be scared if there was a child at the controls of a huge jumbo jet.
Get that on Meryl Streep's resume! I said, I know I turned them down, but my president needs me.
This evil warlock stole our magic, but just took out all of the irony. It's like, no, I'm serious. I really am the greatest.
Said no one ever. The audience absolutely lost it. Their laughter was so loud you couldn't even hear the imaginary MAGA supporter typing their angry Facebook response. Black didn't just mimic Trump's voice, he captured his entire essence. The pouty lips, the weird hand gestures, that bizarre forward-leaning stance like he's perpetually falling but never quite hitting the ground. Every detail was spot on, making the mockery cut deeper because it was so recognizable. And man, did he go for the jugular when he compared Trump's rallies to low-budget Vegas shows where truth is optional but sequins are mandatory. But the real genius was how Black diagnosed Trump with a condition that makes him allergic to facts. It wasn't just funny, it was surgical. What truly set this takedown apart was how Black tapped into his rock star energy to expose what he called the mishandling of crises, the grifting wrapped in patriotism, the deep and reckless narcissism behind Trump's bombastic facade. The guy who played Dewey Finn was suddenly playing political commentator and doing it with the same commitment he brings to his guitar solos.
I'm a little freaked out by the people that are attracted to his rallies. I'm scared of his people.
Make a wish, Don't miss Trump next time.
left thought Jack Black was just the funny guy, the cool dude. I mean, he was, after all, the Democrats' pick for Biden.
Trump's team was clearly shaken. They responded on Truth Social with what can only be described as a post-dictated mid-tantrum, complete with random capitalization and spelling mistakes that would make a third-grade teacher reach for the red pen. They were rattled because Black didn't just make jokes, he shredded Trump's entire persona with a power chord. While Trump was fuming over Jack Black's impression, the comedian wasn't even close to being done. In a move that shocked everyone watching, Black pivoted his comedy flamethrower toward Melania, a target most comedians treat like kryptonite. Breaking this unwritten comedy rule made the audience gasp before they burst into laughter. What exactly makes a comedian willing to risk taking shots at the silent partner of America's most thin-skinned politician? Black clearly didn't care about the potential backlash. Political comedians have long followed an unspoken code. Making fun of politicians' spouses is generally off limits, especially when it comes to Melania.
Our American right to vote and to try to generate some excitement in the youth, but really rock and roll now.
Are you here to promote your movie, or like everyone else on a plane out of America at the moment, are you just trying to escape Donald Trump?
I'm here to promote Kung Fu Panda. I'm not scared of Trump.
But Jack Black stomped all over that tradition with zero hesitation. The moment he switched from Donald to Melania, you could feel the audience holding their breath. This was uncharted territory. His Melania impression was something to behold. Black didn't just nail her accent. He captured that vacant 1,000-yard stare she's famous for at public events. You know the one, where she looks like she's mentally calculating how many more hours until she can go home. Black took that energy and amplified it to hilarious effect, portraying her as completely checked out from reality while mechanically nodding along to whatever nonsense was coming out of Trump's mouth. But the real genius came when Black created an imaginary conversation between the couple. On one side, he'd do Trump with those signature pouty lips and squinty eyes, leaning forward like he does at rallies. Then he'd snap into Melania, robotically agreeing while secretly rolling her eyes the moment Donald looked away. This bizarre two-person show performed by one comedian exposed the weird power dynamic of their relationship in a way that regular political commentary never could. The audience's reaction told the whole story. They started with nervous, uncomfortable laughter, the kind that says, "Are we allowed to laugh at this?" before erupting into full-blown applause as Black committed harder and harder to both impressions. The comedian showed zero fear, bouncing between the characters with the skill of someone who's been studying the Trumps for years. This wasn't just a random comedy bit. What Black delivered was a masterclass in political satire that exposed the strange theater of the Trump marriage. He transformed from the goofy guy who taught kids about power chords into a razor-sharp political commentator who could cut through all the noise with a single impression. And he did it all without a teleprompter or notes. Just raw comedic talent aimed directly at two of the most powerful people in American politics. So what's the big deal about a comedian taking a swing at Trump? Well, when Jack Black steps out of his usual rock comedy zone and into the political arena, it shows something pretty important. Anybody can call out nonsense when they see it. You don't need a fancy political science degree to spot when someone's full of it. As the election gets closer, Black's willingness to put his reputation on the line might inspire other celebrities to speak up too. The entertainment world is watching closely, and suddenly those red MAGA hats are looking like targets for comedy routines everywhere. Maybe the real question isn't whether Black went too far, but why more entertainers haven't gone far enough.